Hey guys, Fazbear Reviews here. Welcome back for another episode of the Fnaf action figure review series. Today's episode is going to be a little different as I'll be showing off some figures that I've picked up on eBay in the last week or so. I'll be going in order of which figures arrived first, so let's begin. Some of the figures that I have picked up are duplicates of what I've shown off before, but I will be reviewing them just the same. So the first one that's arrived is Funtime Freddy. I decided to buy a new Funtime Freddy because my one was looking a little worse for wear. This one has basically no scuffs in the paint and it has its original microphone, unlike my old one. I've since sold my old one, so I can't do a comparison for you. I was originally going to when I recorded this video the first time, but since then the figure has been sold, so I can't do that in this version of the recording. So what I like about this figure compared to my old one is just how much cleaner it looks. There's not as much discoloration. You can still tell that there is some discoloration, but nowhere near as bad as the old Funtime Freddy I had. The paint job as a whole is just a whole lot better as well, because there's no scuffs or chips in the paint. Something that I wasn't too happy about is when he arrived, his ear was broken off like on my old one, but I think that's just a weak point for these figures, but I fixed that pretty easily and it's not anything that's going to break the deal for me. I still absolutely love this figure, and everything that applied to the old figure when I reviewed it the first time on my sister location video still applies to it now. So the next figure is one that I haven't reviewed on the series at all, and this is a Wave 2 Nightmare Foxy action figure. I'm just going to say this right now, I absolutely love the Fnaf 4 figures. I used to own the entire set, including Nightmare On, before I started the YouTube channel, but I did sell them so I could start collecting the sister location figures, and now I've actually got 3 of the main set, but they won't be staying with me for long, but I'll get into that later in the video. As for this figure, I think it's one of the most detailed figures that Funko made during the first 3 waves. All of the Nightmares were just absolutely amazing looking. There were some design choices that weren't quite there for me, but other than that, I don't see why anyone wouldn't like these. I've heard people complain that they don't like the coloration on the figure, and yeah, I do agree the lighter colour might be a little bit too light, but that's just a nitpick for me. They've got all of the details from Nightmare Foxy's endo legs, the missing chunk on his jaw, the ears, the hook, the claws, everything. Probably one of my favourite figures, and I do really regret selling these the first time, but I'm just glad I could hold these in person again and review them for you today. So the next one that I'm going to be reviewing and showing off is Nightmare Chica. This figure is absolutely stunning. She might not stand very well because of just the stance I've got her in. There we go. Again, another absolutely beautifully detailed figure. Honestly, I wish they still did figures like these and focused more on what fans want, but unfortunately I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm rambling now, so as for Nightmare Chica, she's got all of the details that she's supposed to have, the tears everywhere. Only thing that I don't necessarily like about Nightmare Chica is the fact she's got a red and a blue eye. The blue eye is not accurate to Nightmare Chica at all. She's only supposed to have a red eye, and this goes for all the nightmares. The eyes are a bit weirdly done because they've got black outer eyes instead of silver, but that's just another nitpick as well. So I loved how they did the cupcake. They managed to do the cupcake basically one-to-one with what the game looks like. And there's something else that I love about these earlier FNAF 4 figures is just how high quality the paint was, and the fact that they barely ever missed out anything on them. Like, if you look at the feet and you just look into the torso, there's endoskeleton detail there. They've got amazing posability with their rotatable waist joint. I really wish they did that for more figures. I know they've done it for the sister location figures and the Pizza Sim ones. And after that, I think it was a bit hit and miss. But yeah, other than that, absolutely perfect looking. And then the next figure I picked up is another figure from the FNAF 4 line, but it doesn't really seem to fit in all that well. It is Funtime Foxy, and I say that very loosely because we all know who this is. This is just a fixed version of Mangle, and it looks like it's been designed more off the Five Nights at Freddy's FNAF World version of Mangle, which is also where they got the name for this version of the character. I'm just going to say this right now. This is the least favourite figure of mine from the entire FNAF 4 set, and I think that's the same said by a lot of other people, purely just because it doesn't fit in with any of the other lines. We don't even have any toy animatronics to match this figure with, so sorry. I just feel like this was just thrown in last minute because they didn't know what characters to put in. Maybe they were originally using it as a teaser for a FNAF 2 wave and then it got cut for sister location, but I don't know. Head sculpt though is absolutely perfect. Looks straight out of FNAF 2, but the paint on the head really lets it down. The eyelashes have been just globbed together and it looks like she's got really bushy eyebrows, and the pink on the lower jaw just really takes away from it. I just feel like if they changed those things, it would be a lot nicer of a character. Not to mention the articulation in the legs is very, very hard to use, purely because the waist piece is too big. You can barely get any leg movement out of this figure at all. Well, if you just want the figure to display with maybe some custom FNAF 2 figures, then sure, go for it. It's the cheapest one from the FNAF 4 set for the most part, but if you want it, buy it. If you don't. It's not a figure anyone really cares all that much about. The next one is one I've been looking for in good condition for a while, and I had an inbox glow version of this, but I'm glad to finally have this in my collection, and it is an original Circus Baby out of box. Sorry again. I can't find any flaws with this figure at all. She looks like she's been pulled straight out of the game. and the posability's great, the joints are great, everything's just great on it. I've got probably one of the best Circus Babies out there. There's no damage to the paint, there's no flaws in the paint or anything like that, and in general I'm just really happy to finally own this figure in my collection. The first one I had was shown off in a video a long time ago, probably my first or second video, and as you would know if you were watching back then, it was heavily customized by me after one of the joints was damaged in postage. And since then I then had a glow-in-the-dark baby, brand new in box, but I've sold that with my glow-in-the-dark Foxy action figure on eBay, and now I finally have an out-of-box baby figure, and it just looks great on the shelf with the rest of my sister location characters. And I was really surprised when I put them up on display with the rest of the sister location characters, because she is by far the shortest sister location figure out of the entire set, which was really surprising because she's supposed to be the biggest character out of the entire group of sister location characters. But other than that, perfect, wouldn't change a single thing about her. Only thing that was wrong with my baby was it had one of the golden balls missing off of its foot. This foot particularly didn't have the ball on it. Luckily I found someone online who was just selling a Circus Baby foot on its own. It wasn't the right side, but I managed to carefully remove the ball from that one and put it onto this one, and it looks absolutely flawless. I couldn't be happier with it. Anyway, I think I've talked about her long enough now. As for how much I paid for each of these figures, I paid around £20 to £25 on each figure. I'm not 100% sure on what that is converted into US dollars or Canadian dollars or anything like that. If you guys know what the conversion rate is, then please let me know in the comment section of this video. But yeah, I also have another figure to show off to you. It wasn't one that I picked off eBay, but it's the only custom that I've made recently, and it would feel a bit weird putting the figure in a video all on its own, so here it is. This is my new and improved Spring Bonnie action figure. This version of Spring Bonnie is meant to look like the one image we see of him in Pizzeria Simulator in one of the mini games, seeing as that's one of the only times we ever get an official look at what a Spring Bonnie would have looked like. So I tried to get all of the original details down on him: his green eyes, his ears, everything. This is the first time I've ever sculpted a bow tie on a figure, and I think it turned out really, really well. I'll give it a quick 360. Believe it or not, he's not quite as yellow and disgusting looking in person. For some reason, with my yellow customs, the colour just seems to be a lot brighter on video than it is in person, and the purple seems to look a lot darker. Not 100% sure why, but that's just how it is. As for what figures I used to make this Spring Bonnie, I used the head and torso from a Springtrap Builder figure restock version that came with a Foxy. The arms and legs are from a Fnaf 1 Bonnie figure, again a restock. Same for the ears, and as you can tell, he's got some 5-fingered hands, and they are from my old Circus Baby action figure, which I turned into a custom. She never used the original hands in the custom I made, so I just kept them around, and luckily I did because they fit absolutely perfectly for this figure. I'm planning on getting a Vanny action figure or maybe a Pig Patch figure, so I can have like a knife or a banjo to put with him. And I'm also planning on getting a Fredbear made at some point. I've ordered the base online and it should be coming sometime in the week. It might already be done by the time you see this video, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's all I really have to say for Spring Bonnie, or other than how I made him. You already know what parts I used on him, but to remove all the withering, it was just as simple what I did with my withered Foxy and my withered Chica custom. I just used blue tack and super glue. I know that's something that a lot of people have been doing for customs recently, especially DIY, because I got it when they made their withered Chica. That's what they used for the sculpting. So I know I'm not the only one doing it. I'm just gonna give you a close-up of the face because it's a bit hard to see the eyes from where it's sat. But yeah, the paint on the teeth could be a little bit better. Some people might say that the paint's a bit patchy and scruffy looking, but that's genuinely just how I wanted it to look. So that's just how he is at the moment. Sorry. Also, as you can see in the video, I've got a new background made. I was originally using this for Instagram posts, but I finally decided to dig it out of my drawers and start using it for YouTube videos. If you like how it looks and you want me to keep going with it, then please let me know. Also, there's another thing I'm currently working on. It's not quite finished, I might give it a complete repaint again. I'm currently doing a repaint on a Nightmare Foxy Funko Pop. This is the only Funko Pop I've ever customized, and it was supposed to take the Fnaf World look at the Fnaf World Nightmare Foxy. I'm not sure how close I've got it. It's kind of just been sitting around unfinished for a while. Let me know in the comment section if I should continue finishing him or just leave him as he is, because at the moment I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to show off quickly. So as for what I said earlier about Nightmare Foxy, I said that he wasn't going to be staying in the collection for too long. That's the case for all of the Nightmare figures, because they are currently up for sale on my Vintage UK account. So if anyone in the UK is after some Nightmare action figures, then please use the link in the description below. I'll try to add the link to the listing if I can. Unfortunately, it's not accessible for anyone outside the UK, which I know that's probably a majority of my audience. So for those that are outside the UK, I do apologise, but I just can't do outside the UK shipping at the moment. So I've also got Nightmare Bonnie and Nightmare Freddy coming in the post, and they will be joining the rest of the Nightmare figures on my Vinted account at some point in the future. I also have something incredibly rare coming in the mail as well to join my sister location figures, and it is an original Lolbit figure. It has got a broken ear. there isn't here with it. I'll have to do a little bit of repairs to it before it's ready to be shown off on the channel. But other than that, everything is done for the sister location set. There isn't anything else going off for sale at this moment in time. Anyway, just that's everything I really wanted to talk about today and show off today. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Also turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. With that all said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.